Hello!
We are the team behind the short film seasons. Let's dive into the making of the movie.
The creation of this story began as a class assignment a couple years ago. We really enjoyed the initial script and adapted it into a really short film of under 3 minutes.
For the design, we were heavily inspired by nature and also by the work of Aurélien Prédal. We really like his work on the mummies. With such textured and colorful background, we have to pay attention that the camera design are very well distinct. So we asked a classmate to help us. We gave him a clear vision about the color and the shape, and the collaboration was amazing.
We followed these 4 characters, the 4 seasons, living their peaceful life until winter took over. Once we had chosen a design, we went on to create character sheets for each to know what they would look like in certain angles and posings.
That was very important for us to show that the action is taking place in a world full of nature. So for that, we had to keep the background very clear. Since the action takes place in a single location for a significant part of the movie, I managed to create a background that could include up to 8 scenes in it. The backgrounds were simple yet tricky to put together. I used the already finished background for the summer weather and added elements to have a winter version of some of them. The sound design is very light. We choose not to include any animals or insects, so you can only hear sound of nature, like body of water, wind, or the characters moving around.
We easily found the tone we wanted to convey. We decided very quickly that there will be no dialogue and no lip sync to lighten the animation workload. When creating the storyboard, I chose to highlight the emotional moments and reduce any secondary action.
We could organize it all on short grids, which allowed us to have a clear vision of the deadlines. That also allowed us to keep the quality as good as we expected.
As for the animation, we chose to animate on trees. It gave this feeling of fragmented animation, as if we were flipping a page, while still being readable for the audience.
Each character has an animation that reflects a bit of their personality. Summer is energetic and assertive, winter is softer and shy, spring is characterized by its lightness and grace, while autumn adopts a calm and composed attitude. These differences in rhythm and gesture helps highlight the differences between the characters and emphasize the seasons.
For one shot, we did a blocking of the characters in 3D to create the reference for the complex camera movement and keep their morphology consistent. Another challenging part of the movie was to come up with a tornado's visual effects. There are many layers of animation on this shot to help once at the compositing stage.
The art direction on seasons was quite demanding on the compositing.
In fact, one of the main difficulties was to go from the animation part to the compositing part on After Effects. The key elements for the compositing were the characters' textures, the effects, and bringing the backgrounds to life. I created the texture planes on Photoshop, which I then integrated on the characters and animated on After Effects.
Another challenge was to incorporate the weather changes, especially during the blizzard sequence.
I focused on creating more depth and, of course, textures as well to keep the illustration style we wanted. Where, for the smaller effects, I mainly played with the colors so they could mix in well with the characters. Finally, for the backgrounds, it was mostly color corrections and parallax to enhance the final look.
Thank you for watching!
And remember, always we can with others.